A very good evening, a formal welcome to all the participants into our AIEF webinar, ALS project. Our resource person, Preeti Saraswat ma'am, is there along with us, who is gonna to take today's session. I'll just give a brief introduction about her. Preeti ma'am is PGT English and AIF resource person. She has done many webinars respectively into English language, considering all the factors of it. And not only this, she has indulged in many of the state webinars also. So we are very thankful, Preeti ma'am. I welcome you. Thanks for joining us. So my dear friends, all of us, we might be having many questions into our mind. ALS, Assessment of Listening and Speaking, a medium which is conveying and accepting the perspectives of our children. Certainly, yes, we struggle into such sort of phenomenon wherein we felt like that there are many of the things which we need to understand, especially with our senior children, that how to get the things done with them. So ALS is actually the main aspect of our English language, which is not only enhancing their English scale, it is also collaborating them with their academics too. So let's know more about ALS project, which is our main motive behind for today's webinar. So not taking much of the time, I'll be over with Preeti ma'am. Preeti ma'am, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Pooja ma'am, for the nice introduction. I'm really overwhelmed. And yes, I have to start the session without further ado. But I can't start the session before. I would like to thank Matthew, sir, who always be a source of motivation for me, as Pooja ma'am always be a helping hand whenever I start conduct anything else. So thank you so much, Pooja ma'am, and Matthew, sir, as well. And none other than, last but not the least, a very big thank you to each and everyone who joined me here and you showed the belief in me. You know, I know my responsibility and I try my best to solve all your queries in my session of ALS, because right now, you know, I'm here not just to promote myself, I'm here for the free webinar to just clear all the doubts of the language teacher, that it is our responsibility, being the English fraternity, we have to be collaborate to each other and help and be a helping hand to each and everyone. So I know there are many dignitary teachers are also here. Maybe they aware about so many things about the ALS project as well, but still stay connected till end. Maybe you will get something new in it. And as Pooja said, that please keep your mic on the music mode so that there'll be no interruption. You know, this session is going to be really important because this session is not something fun and game. It's going to be really seriously. We have to take it. We have to scan the each and every unfolds. It's not something we can skim the surface and just move forward to the next. Fine. So it is really important that we have to be connected to each and everything. That's the only reason you all are muted. But don't worry, we will have a Q&A session in the end, and I'll try my best to solve all our queries. Let me allow to share my screen first. Hopefully it is visible to everyone. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And please show me the thumbs up if I'm audible to everyone. I'm audible to each and everyone. Hopefully I am. Great.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Thank you so much. So let's begin. Here we are going to start. ALS in term 2. What is actually ALS is not about only the assessment of listening, speaking. It's a ALS project this time, and it is for English course class 11, 12. And I'm going to start the introductory session. Let us begin with the today's lineup. We should cover up the things, and it is important to prescribe. Fine. So we'll start with the project and in an introduction, and I'll lead the project in exam point of view. Fine. Now I'll follow the decoding the CBSE guidelines. I'll make sure each and everyone that whatever I'm going to tell you is not something about my personal views or whatever I want to tell you. I'll consider each and everything under the CBSE guideline. Fine. Then we'll work about the topic. Yes, still this is the most awaited topic concern, that what will be the topics, what kind of topics we can choose, and what are the related questions we'll cover up. Go for the planning. We'll talk about the planning also, how to plan to construct a file, and along with the portfolio. We'll talk about the reflection as well. What is reflection? Actually, reflection, it is the experience of the students. We'll talk about that one as well. And none other than rubrics is also important part, that how we are going to assess the student. We'll take that rubrics as well, and we'll cover up a very short coverage of Viva as well. Let's proceed. As I've already told you that we'll go with the project concept first. So here, let's check what is actually project for all of us. We generally think about project. It is what we think that it add on to the traditional instruction at the end or alongside of the unit, that we are taking our project along with their syllabus and all, and always follow the direction of the teacher only. Fine. Student has to follow whatever the teacher is saying, and they have to do accordingly. And they always focus. Let's we take that the point out, so that will be good. Focused on project. They always focus on the project when we talk about the project. It can be completed alone, yes, often unrelated to prescribed LOS or skills, and always used to complete the project remains within the school world. Fine. Let's proceed the next. A part of that, what is actually this time, project seems to be instruction integrated into the project, and this project seems to be a unit. It's driven by the student's inquiry and focused on the project and process. My friend, please emphasis on the process. This time the project is not about the only project. We have to go through with the process that consists the ALS project, right? It involves the peer collaboration and teacher guidance support. Make sure it is teacher guidance support. It's not about the always the teacher used to do or explain to students that what you have to do. And it always relate with the real world context and their application. They have to be relate with this. And this is called the project-based learning. That actually I want to show you the difference, the project-based learning and what is the traditional project. So here we are going to talk about the project-based learning. Let's go through the CBSE guidelines. I'll just go through in a very sum up way. The project will be one small project, work to be covered in term 2. Fine. So the ALS file project is in term 2 only. Out of 10 marks allotted for the term, 5 marks will be allotted for the project, report, and etc. Yes, we'll talk about that etc. What is etc. in the file? We'll talk about this also. 5 marks for the Viva. So here we are talking about right now the project only. We'll talk about Viva later on. So the total marks is 10. Complete project is for 5 marks based on that assessed by the internal, and 5 marks for the assessed by the external. Let's work on the schedule. Schools are expected to adhere to the timeline specified by the board for the planning, preparation, focused on planning and preparation. This time project is not about the constructive thing. Consider the planning and preparation. That is the most important part of that file and vivavolcy of the ASL based project. Now, let's take a look at the schedule. Planning start from the October, preparation from November to December, presentation will be in the January, and be ready for the Viva maybe in the between Feb and March. Still, there is a question of the teachers that we have just started, that what to do. Yes, my dear friends, don't be panicked. Still, we have time. We can do it with our students. So let's proceed. That's from here. So just take a quick look for the assessment as well. The final assessment of the skill is to be done on the basis of the parameters suggested by the board. So language teachers, however, have the option to adopt and modify. Yes, this is the point. The language teacher can adopt and modify these parameters according to specific requirements. You are going to assess your students with your file, and these are the parameters like fluency, vocabulary, pronunciation, and grammatical accuracy, plus the performance and presentation. Then again, a question that where students going to perform if they are making the file. So we'll talk about that as well. That's why I emphasize the word adopt and modify. Let's take a look. The next, we have just covered major things of the CBSE guideline. Let's start the process of making the file. So once we'll start, we make up our mind that, okay, we have to start the file procedure. So we have to go through with the 5 phases. Fine, let's take a quick look of the 5 phases first. Very firstly, we have to work on the topic and plan. Topic and plan, again, there is a point that what kind of topic will be. So very firstly, student has to choose the topic. Make sure students will join. You will not give them a topic. You can do one thing, that you can make a list of the many such topics and give it to them. Just let them select, let them choose by their own, because they have to work on it. Once they will choose the topic, they will start planning for that how they are going to execute. For that, they need a driving question, and then they will set their objective. Fine. We'll come to the objective and driving question also after this procedure. Now, once they will plan, this thing will need research. If the student is they are choosing any topic, they have to give emphasis that there shall be a research topic. A motive should be the research on that topic, and after doing the research, they have to create their file. And what are the materials they require in the creation? We'll talk about. And once the file will complete, they need to be present their file. Yes, this is also a part of this procedure. Once they will complete their file, we will allot some days to them, and they will present something, whatever they have done, because they have to show their listening skill as well. Fine. So let us talk about each and everything detail. So I'm going to take the topic element first. Now, what will be the topic? Here you can get your answers. The topic can be interdisciplinary in theme. Can be, yes. The ideas, issue highlighted in the chapters, poem, drama, given the prescribed books, can also be developed in the form of a project. So here, one of the query has been solved. The topic can be anything, which is a comfort zone of them. Fine. Students can also take up any relevant age-appropriate theme. The main consider point is they have to be related with their topic. So topic can be anything, from their chapters, from their surroundings, maybe from their inner soul, anything else. And topic should provide students with opportunities of listening and speaking. Make sure when the students choose the topic, they will discuss with you, and you have to make sure if they are choosing any topic, they allow them to work on the listening speaking skill as well. We'll talk about how. But first, take a look on that ideally chosen topic. So ideally, the chosen topic it can be an age-appropriate theme. Fine, we have already discussed that how they're going to manage with an age-appropriate theme. We'll give you some example also. Allow the research and study element. Fine, without research, the file is incomplete. Allow listening, speaking opportunities. We have just discussed, and have a clear driving question. Maybe this thing new for you. We are going to work on it. Have a clear driving question. So what is driving question? Let's take a look. Driving question, actually an open-ended question that students understand and find interesting and help exploration in their project. Overall, that means they need to explore something. So driving question will help them that what they are going to explore, what they are going to research on it. Fine. So this driving question is important. After choosing the topic, you need to ask them. You will ask them what will be your driving question. So just trying to get I'm going to create a scene for you that maybe you have to face the students. So what kind of question the student will ask to you? So suppose you are a teacher. I'm not stereotype. Yes, the teacher is a common noun that can be male and female, but don't. So this is that why I have chosen the female one. So it is a teacher and your student. Let's pick a conversation. Fine. So very firstly, if you say that, okay, students, you have chosen your topic. So hope the screen is fine. It is visible to each and everyone. The frame is fine, Pooja ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's begin. So if the teacher will ask that, okay, students, so what is the topic you have decided to work on? Fine. So the students will say, yes, ma'am. I have chosen the topic, and it is pocket money. So you have to ask, just pocket money? What is the driving question? Then students get murmured and said, ma'am, I think we will manage it. We will work it out, ma'am. Can we go ahead with this topic? We'll do it, ma'am. We'll cover it. So what will be your question? You will say that go ahead? No. Then your question will be, it's okay. What is the objective? What is the research you are going to plan? Where would you conduct the research on your topic? Then they will emphasize. This question will motivate them to choose their driving question, work on the driving question. So through the driving question, they can easily get their objectives. Hope you got it. So driving question is actually motivate them why they have chosen the topic. Fine. So let's come with an example with the topic related, because we have to choose the ideally topic now. So ideally chosen topic we have already discussed about it. So I have keep aside with you all so that you can relate with my examples. Suppose I have given 10 examples to you. I'm not saying that these are the best ones. Let's check. The question one, topic one, the philosophical insight into the world reason why materialism, a rat trap, brand mania and the teenagers, the 21st century and joint families, internship, a need for the team, women entrepreneur of the world, India needs a strong opposition party, impact of OTT platform on the team, overuse of digital devices, the principle of democracy. So let's check that they will be appropriate for them or not. So if we talk about the philosophical insight into the world religion, do you feel that is it age appropriate to them? No, I think it's going to be a contradictory for the student. Why it is naturalism in a red trap? Yes, they can relate with their theme. It is in their textbook. Brand mania and teenagers? Yes, they can relate with their teenagers theme. 21st century and joint family, so they will get the exploration. They have an idea that where they have to research. Internship, a need of team? Yes, they can relate. Women entrepreneur of the world, they can go for it. India needs a strong opposition party. Again, they're going to trap with the political issues and all. So not a good one. Impact of OTT platform of the team. Yes, you can go ahead. Overuse of digital devices. Absolutely, they are going to relate. The principle of democracy. What do you think? Is it a explorable topic? What do you think? That maybe they will get some Googleable content, they will copy paste what they are going to explore in it. So we have to think about it. Once they will choose the topic, you have to think and give them these rubrics that your ideally chosen topic should relate with these age appropriate themes, research, listening, speaking opportunity, and driving questions should be clear to each and every one. Fine. Now, again, I'm giving you an example. If the topic is internship, a need for the team. So what will be the driving question? So you'll say, or the student can say, yes, how can I and my group members promote the view? The internship are important for teenagers. Fine. So they have to get that place that where they can explore. Either they want to show their viewpoint or they want to explore more about the internship benefit and all. Whatever they want to lead is up to them. Fine. Once we have chosen the topic, let's work on the planning as they have to plan to create a file. So let's take a look. There are some steps we have to follow. Step one, teachers plan a day to orient students about the ALS project, details and shared with students. So step one is our duty. The teachers have to plan, they have to decide a day and conduct orientation for the student. It's our duty to tell them these are the outlines, these are the guidelines you have to follow, and under this you have to start doing your work. And rest work is there. So student choose a project, select a team member. Here again with the same, so there is a question that should we proceed this ALS project individually, pair, on a team. But I recommend that do not say no, but discourage them to go individual. The reason, see, if you have a 40 students in your class, you're going to be make a five if you're going to be four student team. So what do you think that are you ready to go with that judge each and every files that 40 or maybe have a 80 or 90 students? So heads off to your caliber. learning and the teamwork. They have to share their views. So collaboration is the best thing to work in the team. So what I would like to request under the CBSE guidelines, just promote them to work in a team. Yes, they can create file in the pairs as well, but we can't say no, individually is not allowed. Yes, you can in such circumstances, like in my zone and in my class, I allow one student to go individual file. Why? There's a circumstances like I don't have an even number in a class, so 40 students having a five teams, created their five teams, and single child because he left, so we don't want to do 4+1. So the one is doing his individual file. In such circumstances, we can go ahead because CBSE is not prescribed that say no to students. We have to encourage them that what will be beneficial to them. So the project file will be is better. It will be good if they are working in the team. Now again, there is a question that how many number of the students will be there. So ideally, it can be 4. Maximum it can be 6, but not more than 6 because they have to divide their work. That everybody has to work equally. So who will divide their work? We teachers know because it's their project. So what I suggest to you with a team leader, create a team, let them create their own team. You just tell them, choose your own team members according to your compatibility, and they have to select their team leaders. Either you can help out. So there'll be team, there is a one team leader, and he will assist you. He will explain you whatever they are going to explore, or that they will discuss driving question and all, and he will proceed you about the progress and all. Come to the next, a logical, deliverable, and the practical plan is drafted by the team, pair, and individual. That's why I'm here in the slash. The file can name the team. It is we have to encourage them, pair, and discourage them to go for individual. But in such circumstances, yes, they can go, but it will be good with the team. Now the step 4, goals and objectives are clearly defined by the students or a team. Work is delegated to the team members by the team leader. This is the task of the team leader. They will do, and detailed project schedule are shared with the teachers. Who will share? The team leader will share with the teacher that these are the plannings that we are going to go ahead with this. Now again, just for the students, here it is a checklist for the students. You have to tell them that how will we begin? We have to work on it. What all are we required to do? What roles does each member play towards project completion? So again, there's a question that how can we come to know the students are doing their work fully, they are paying their duties and all? So team member will do for you. He will divide the work equally. They will decide what they, according to their comfortable zone, that they are good in what. So what are the products we want? How do we design them? What are their deadlines? And how could we present? Fine. Now, come to the project or a portfolio. What are the including things should be there? So firstly, we'll go with the initial pages. So very firstly, we'll go with the cover page. It's covered with the title of the project, school detail, and the detail of the students. That means I'm talking about the team. Statement of purpose, objective and goals, acknowledgement, certificate of completion under the guidance of the teacher. Right? I have written, but it doesn't mean that it will be in the same sequence. It will be according to that school or the different tuition, whatever they're going to follow the procedure. Now, after completion of the initial pages, they have to make sure that they have to create a report and an essay for 800 to 1,000 word around. Fine. Then the third point they have to consider the material evidence for learning progress and academic accomplishment. What that points are, the scripts for the theater, role play, whatever is up to them, questionnaires for interview, written assignments, survey reports. No need to consider each and everything. It's up to them, whatever they are going to select according to their topic. Only they can relate that what suits them. Fine. And the inclusion part is action plan for the completion of assigned tasks, rubrics or feedback or assessment, student group reflections. Yes, that will cover up that reflection part also. Fine. Here reflection refers to the students, their personal experience. And photographs that capture the positive learning experience of the students, because it will make sure us that there is not a Googleable item and they have not done anything, they just copy paste. And list of resource and bibliography. Yes, it is important in the file in the end of the. Now, work about the research topic. What they're going to research: interview, survey, online investigations, and reading. What I mean with the online investigation, that yes, again there is a point that it's an pandemic situation. They're not able to go out. They're not able to research. So they can do the survey through online. They will have, there are lots of platforms. They can collaborate to each other. They can go with the Zoom or a Google Meet. They can conduct a meeting. They have a group. They can create a WhatsApp group. They can work on it. They have to search their latest topic according to their topic, and it's not about the they'll go to search for the Google or the some devices, right? They can go for that any content for their surroundings, their neighborhood, or their resource person. Those are from there they are comfortable. Right? It depends on their compatibility. And after getting all these materials, they have to analyze. They have to work on it. Whatever they got the work, they have to work that how we can execute it. So let's proceed. We are here going to talk about the reflection, right? So reflection requires evidence to support what is being stated. This is an important part. Reflection actually the personal point of view of each and every student's mindset. Whatever the team that the students are there, they have to write that what they have gained from the exploration, what they observe, what they get experience and all. So very firstly, it can be constructive criticism about self and event and others. Maybe something happened with them, they can share with it. And again, they can go with the strengths, weaknesses, anxieties and errors. Maybe they have gone through with all these things. They're not able to get their appropriate material. Maybe they get stressed and all. But after that, they'll get some raise. Maybe they have talked to each other. So it's how they manage all these things, and they have to work about it. They have to write accordingly. The effort they have put in and what they have experienced. So whatever that how they are creating the material, what are the obstacles they have faced, and finally how they felt that after getting the completion of the project, they have to share their feelings. Fine. So can use personal language such as I and we. Yes. When they go for the reflection, they have to go with that I and we. They can't write like don't go with the third person all. You have to write about yourself only, what you have done. So it's I and you, the team leader, maybe, and we refers to the team. Now, come for the presentation. I have already discussed about the 5 phases. So presentation actually is the last one. So once the student have complete their file, once they're ready to submit with you, so at the time of submission, they have to present what they have to present, whatever they have covered in their project and file. So the presentation, that is, you're going to assess them on the basis of listening, speaking. So it should be topic related. Whatever they are going to present, it's nothing they're going to choose anything else and they start performing on it. So it should be topic related, stemming from the analysis of the research, and these are the topics they can choose, presenting with props, speeches, panel discussion, blog, news recording, journalist showcase, documentary, podcast, etc. So etc. is all about the students' creativity, what they actually want to go through it. Anything they can choose it. Again, there is a point that if the students doing everything online and all, how can they go for the presentation and all? How they do it? We are not aware about it, what the situation will be. But once, because it's kind of students have to go through with the practicals and all, maybe they'll be there physically in the school. So you have to allot the days for the team. It's not necessary to just give them a 1 or 2 days that in a bulk and everyone has to present. So it's up to your compatibility, or you can call them in school, or yes, it can be possible for online as well. It's all up to the scenario or the situation. So they need to present. It can be a panel discussion if they have gone to the survey or analysis and all. It can be a role play. It can be speeches if the students going to do that individual project. So it's up to them. Fine. So this is also important that how they are going to assess. Suggestion and improvements are shared by the teachers whenever necessary. Fine. So students will connect to you that, ma'am, here we have stuck, we need your help. So you always be there as a facilitator. Fine. You will not help out. You will not tell them that, okay, you have to do this and that. You always there to give them a good suggestion. So, and that other one, gaps are filled with the right skills set by the team leaders and individual students. Fine. So team leader always be there with their teams, and we have to work on the rubric, and rubric should not be the last content, because we have to at the time of orientation we have to go through with the rubrics along with the students. Why? Because create a rubrics for assessment and share with the students before they start. Here I'm talking about the presentation. Once they will start the presentation, you have to clear about the rubrics, and so that they know the parameters you are going to assess them. Fine. So let's check. It's about the presentation. So once the final draft of project or portfolio report is prepared and submitted for evaluation, students are assessed on their group, pair, and individual. Fine. If there is a team, all team members should be there. And what will be the timing if we are talking about? Ideally, you can give a 1 or 2 minutes to each and every member so that you can get your potential. Fine. And a presentation allotted days, you can allot a particular day or time to them, either the physically or the online, is all up to you. Choose 4 5 criteria on which you will grade students. Now, again, I'm coming back with that word. I focus that modify. Rubrics teachers can modify. So this is the time. Define the ability that a student will exhibit at each of the levels. So how that broadly we are creating our rubrics, very easily we are going to assess our students. Fine. So the more detailed the criteria, the easier it is to evaluate each student and define the level at which the student is presenting. So portfolio, you can go with that maybe for 10 and 20, and presentation with the 10, 20. Now, again, there is a question, ma'am. The file is for 5 marks. How can we go with that 20 and 30 marks? So you can bring it down uh, uh, with the 5 marks, but once you are going to assess them, like this is an example. Like if you're going to create a rubric by your own, if the students is going to present as a role play, so you need to create your own rubric. Fine. So you need to relate with all these things, that how it's relating to the audience, and how they are fluent, and they are expressing their feelings, they are relate with the characters or not, and the overall presentation. So this is an example with your rubric you have to create by your own. You should be creative with the students, so it will be easier to judge them. And after that, you can bring it down into the file. Fine. So these are the following key points. The following points may be kept for consideration while assessing the project portfolio. Previously, we talked about the presentation. Here, we are going to consider such points we need to keep in mind if we are going to judge their finding work. So the quality of content of the project, it should be original. That should not seem to be Googleable and all. If they are taking, it should be understandable by them. They have created or showed with that graphs, or the maybe a pie chart, or maybe with that some data. Accuracy of information, that it should be based on the research. It should not be a copy-pasting. Adherence of the specified timeline, if they are submitting on time or not. Content and respect of spellings, grammar, and punctuation. That means we are talking about the grammatical accuracy. Clarity of thoughts and ideas should be there. Influence should be there, and cohesion I'm talking about. Creativity, that it shows with when they have gone through with that presentation. Presentation can be in the script, maybe a questionnaire, maybe there's a collaboration, collage of the photographs, and other evidence they are presenting in the file. It shows to be in the creative form. The contribution by the group members, yes, there is the collaboration, team spirit, and responsibility. Again, there is a point, ma'am. What we will do when, if maybe a team leader will complain, or they will come to know that, ma'am, we all three are working, only the fourth one not taking initiative. Fine. So what to do? So yes, it's our responsibility. We have to point it out the particular team according to their progress and all. So you can tell them, okay, now team B or team 11, I'm going to assess you on the basis of the collaboration. At the time of presentation, you need to clarify all your duties. So it is an alarm call to them. It's that the fourth one going to be alert, okay? I'm going to assess on the collaboration. So it is up to us. We have to tell them on the basis of collaboration, team spirit, that responsibility we are taking. So we have to just point it out time to time, and we have to be connected with the team leaders. Knowledge and experience gained from where we get it is from the reflections. I have already shared that what will be the part of the reflection. Reflection refers to their personal experience, whatever they have gone through with their while making the file. What are the phases they have gone through? Let's talk about the short topics of the Viva. It has to be done by the external, but here I'm put it here the slash because we never know the situation final. Viva is conducted by the external and internal examiner, but I'm not saying that okay, it can be done by internal. No, if the external will come for the other subject, surely will come for the language as well. So it depends, or it's all up to the institution or the schools, what they are going to take a decision. Fine. So, but you have to tell your student that how they will prepare themselves for the Viva. So during the Viva procedure, that Viva examiner would ask the student some questions. So what kind of question can be? The question need to be based on the project chosen by the student. Fine. That what is the actually topic they have chosen and they worked on it, and what they have explored about it. It is imperative for the examiner to read essay, project report before they can be ready to ask questions. Yes, he or she can skim through with that project file and report and all. If they're going to gone through it each and everything, we will check that all that initial pages are not. No, because the examiner is external examiner is not going to judge them on the basis of file. But yes, he or she will just go through with that content of the procedure so that the examiner will create the question. Fine. So how the examiner will judge them? What will be the procedure? The examiner would observe how students answer the question. Are they able to understand and answer questions independently? Or can they answer only when the questions are translated into the simple words or repeated? Maybe they're not able to get the point of the external. Maybe they ask, ma'am, sir, please repeat or pardon. So surely it will better. Are they able to give appropriate response in a conversation? Are they competent enough to use multiple tenses? Is their word order correct in the given sentence? That means I'm talking about the uh, structure, the grammatical structure. How comfortable are they as they speak and express themselves? They should not be nervous. They'll not be feel that okay, what will be the answer? There's going to be alarm. No, a student should be comfortable because it's his or her point of view. It's their file. It's their content. So they should be relaxed. Whatever they're going to ask, it's all about the personal experience. Are there inappropriate pauses and gaps in a way a student speak? Maybe if the student is doing fumble like, yes, sir, actually, I mean to say like, so surely there will be a deduction of marks. So you have to make sure as students that they will be ready with this. So yes, I have some questions of related to Viva, but we'll share it. It's all about assuming one. I'm not saying that it will be the perfect one. So overall, the external is going to judge them with the fluency, vocabulary, pronunciation, and grammatical accuracy. Fine. This is all about the assessment of the external. So internal going to assess them on the basis of the project and file. Again, there is a one question. I want to take one question. Many teachers have a doubt that the file should be printed or handwritten. That what will be better if the student not able to type and all. So what I prefer that it will be good if the file will be typed, but only the reflection part should be handwritten. Fine. And they are going to be right now they are going to be assigned in that maybe in that different PDF or maybe in different format, because right now they are not going to print out. The file should be printed when they are with the examiner, and when they will submit to you, they will not submit to you digitally and all. But yes, if they are creating their file digitally, that everything should be typed. It will be easier to them. Yes, Because, for example, if you are given a task to them, okay, you need to write 2 pages and you write rest of the pages. So there'll be a difference of the handwriting, maybe there will be a clumsiness or there'll be not neatness over there. So it will be easy to them if you will type because we are having the online classes, anything can be possible. Again, there is a question that, ma'am, is it possible to collaborate with the students in the online classes? I think why not? If that birthday party is going online, so why should they are not able to collaborate with them with that platform of Zoom or that Google Meet or anything else? Yes, they are much eligible for that. They can do it. So we should not underestimate them. They can do each and everything. So yes, it will be easier to them so that they will collaborate to each other because without collaboration, discussion, they can't do that. They can't create that file. So it will be good. They will communicate to each other. So it will be good if the file should be printed. Yes, reflection part should be handwritten. So what they can do it, they can scan that part and then paste it in that digital one. Fine. But once they will submit to you, it should be printed one. Again, there is a question that, ma'am, if there'll be 4 members in a team, so there'll be 4 files should be there. Why? Matlab, I feel that it's wasted of pages. Yes, you have to create a one file because it's a team, it's a unit. There'll be one file for one team. But yes, they can take a printout, they can take some pages so that they have some proof. But the spiral one or whatever they are going to be a final one, that will be a one file because there'll be a colored pages and maybe some images and all. So it's having the cost worthy. So there'll be one file for a team. Yes, that members can have that copy of it and they can read, right? So you can consider one file for a team, and yes, that team will you have to give that time to the team for the presentation. They will perform. And you have to specify that you have to give an equal time to each and every candidate to showcase their talent on the basis of the listening and speaking. Fine. And yes, there are some questions. I'll take that as well. Right now, this is the time to showcase some project file. Hope I have a few minutes. Right now, this is a bonus thing to all of you. I'm going to showcase some file so that you will get your questions that, okay, how they're able to execute. So I'm not saying these are the perfect one, but some of my students try their best and I'm getting these 2 files. And here again, there is a topic because film review, nobody can think about it because again, there is a question that students will ask, ma'am, if the topic can be anything, can you take any a book review or a film review and all? Yes, they can. But before this, you need to ask them, ma'am, that or a student, what will be your driving question? What you are going to explore? If you are taking book review, if you are taking any film review and all, is there that the theme should be taken, right? So for a while, I'm going to minimize and will just showcase you one of my files. Hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Okay, great. Very firstly, before showcasing these file, I'm going to show you that what I have, how I have started. Right. So what I did, I have assigned, I have shared some of the topics. I shared with you as well to the students, and I just told them that okay, you have to create your own team. Fine. So one by one, they have given me their name. So I have allotted the teams. Fine, and I have assigned one of the team leader. It is their choice. I have not taken anything. I have not assigned anything to them. The topics also will be has been chosen by them. So they have chosen the topic. But my duty, I have done this. I asked, okay, you have chosen this topic. So what is your driving question? That means what you are going to explore here. What will be the research material over there? Content will be there. So they have shared with me at that moment. So I allow them and they started their work. I haven't interrupted until unless they will not ask me that, okay, ma'am, there we can put it such a thing. So this is the one. The same way I have done for all the streams, humanities, commerce, and science. Let's go with that. Which file would you like to proceed first? I have a Tare Zameen Pe film review, sophistication, impact of pandemic on migrant laborers, gender issue, discrimination, fear as well. So let's start with film review. Right? The additional thing I have done in this file, let me so that it will be visible. Is it visible to each and everyone properly?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it is.
Okay, fine, fine. So what I did, it's an optional one. It is a creativity of a student. One of the students asked me that we can do this, and I allow them because I like it. So I instruct each and everyone just create a web page, theme page. I consider it theme page or a cover page of your topic, so that because our file is a spiral one, so it will be visible and just take a one look. We can get it. Okay, research on issue deals with the movie Tare Zameen Pe, and they are leading with the theme. Okay. Here I start with the cover page with that school logo because I just follow all the CBSE guidelines. Here I have a school details, research on the G with the movie Tare Zameen Pe for the ALS project Term 2 English 4 by that team leader. TL refers to team leader. They have mentioned their stream, and then they again come for the certificate of completion. Anybody have an issue with that matter and all content, I'll share with you what will be the content I get from my mentor, because I'm not alone did this. My mentor told me each and everything and I followed, and this is the best content I got from her. So I just share with you. So it's acknowledgement. Here they have written few words. I'll read for you. A project is a golden opportunity for learning and self-development. We consider ourselves fortunate and privileged to have such wonderful mentor guide us through the journey of the completion of the project. Our sincere thanks to Mrs. Shushmita Chaudhary, Principal, Regent Academy, JHS Noida, who despite being extraordinarily busy, took time out to address us and guide us. Our heartfelt gratitude to our teacher guide, Mrs. Preeti Saraswat, for her patience and belief in us, her exemplary investigation in the complete process, constant encouragement, and insightful feedback help us achieve our objectives. We would also like to thank the principal along with the faculty of Regent Academy, JHS Noida, allowing us to conduct our research and with them. Lastly, I would like to thank our family members whose support helped us to complete the project within the deadline. So they have adhered the deadline as well. So here they have started their project with a driving question. So here they have not written the driving question. It's up to them. They have showed the theme. So how can I and my group members promote the view that each and every child is unique in their own way? Comparing your child with others just because they are not academically smart or they do not score certain level of marks will not help but only demolish your child's confidence. So it's their point of view they have chosen, and this driving question help them to work with their objectives. Again, the point is, that they can ask that is the driving question important part of the file? No, CBSE has not assigned that driving question should be put in the file. It's up to them. If they have mentioned, so I allow them to, okay, you can write it. So directly you can write objectives because this is important. The objectives important to write in the file. So these are the objectives according to that, to know the role of the parents in developing and helping the child's creativity, to know a teacher's role in his or her student's creative life, to understand the role of society, fears that surrounds an individual, to know will academics be ignored while pursuing the one's passion. So this is the index. Very fastly, I'm going to skim this surface because this file contains so many pages. Firstly, they have introduced the theme. After that, they're going to research on some more information related to movie. Dyslexia is that main issue in it. They have collected the data related to that. Then how many people have suffered from such kind of disability? Then they start report on it, their own words. हर बच्चे की अपनी खूबी होती है, अपनी खूबी होती है, अपनी चाहत होती है. This made us realize to start research work heading towards this. So this is the starting part of their report. For that, they have taken the interview. Again, there is a question: if the student taken an interview of 2-3 people or a student, so they have to write the 3 interviews in that file. So yes, it is actually this is an easier one that you have to write one question and write the 3 answers with a different question that interview. Fine. So there will be no repetition of a question. So you can write what are your career plans if they have taken an interview of their classmates. So there's the one showing Ayush, Tanisha, Rishi. So we have written their 3 answers. So there'll be one format of a questionnaire and we get the three type of answers. Fine. So they have conducted interview. Actually, they have taken an interview meanwhile in the December because there we are having a physical classes. Now again, because if they're not able to go out and all, yes, they can get an interview through Google Form as well. They can create a Google Form and send it to others. And I have one of the files. They have done everything digital work. So we'll show to that as well. So there is and after that they have given a live example. There is a student and they have taken some issues over there. And after that they have written reflection. It is handmade. They have shared. Maybe it is not visible to you and going to extend the size. So they are having the reflection, their personal views. And after that, they have shown some glimpse of that because in a class they have completed their discussion, having taken an interview. And there is a bibliography as a proof because whatever they are going to research, the link should be there. From there you get the source. It should be everything should be authentic. Fine. So I'm going to showcase another one, but I think it is better. I'll show you some glimpse. I'll not go through. I'll not go the scanning part of each and every file. Yes, we have a few minutes there, so I'll showcase the files here because here you can see some digital work. They have done their task to that Google form and all. I'm just going to, yeah, it is visible. There is a web page or a theme page here. It's a very common topic. Fear, that's a full attack. So the only thing we have fear is fear itself, right? You have, and this is related to theme as well. There is a release. Keep water, have you remembered? So you have taken the theme from there, fear. Let's work on it. Again, there's the same thing. So I'm going to skim. It is the acknowledgement certificate. There is driving question. We have chosen this topic because by this project, we are interested in knowing about the common fears by which people are suffering in 21st century. So fear is not a common one there. It is really something we are not going to talk about it. Are we concerned about it or not? Let's see. So just going through for the objectives to know about the different type of fears. You will know different type of fear in this file. Showcase our views as well. Let's go ahead. They have started their introduction with the fear. They have given the definition of fear. FEAR. What are the reactions of our body while we experience fear? They have worked on it. They read about it and work. Here they have mentioned some types of fear we will never know. It's glossophobia, fear of public speaking, and fear of failing, fear of thundering and lightning, fear of dogs, fear of water, fear of confined, and many more. Because their prospect is not to explore the fear, that they have to work on it. So there is some negative impact. And here they have started their report after the introduction. Now here they have taken some real life examples. For how the real life examples, they have shared some fear. The Michael Jackson suffered. That Indian cricket team, Kapil Dev, he also have some kind of fear he suffered from. Akshay Kumar have a fear because they got everything within the interview or maybe they have read somewhere. The fear of the common people actually, they don't want to talk about it. And the link where they have searched each and everything. So they have searched in there, but they have written their own words. They have just cut up the important aspect and taken. After that, they have surveyed about it. The age group more affected by fear is 79% is 18 to 25. They have 27% to think avoid these phobias. Do you think can we avoid? Avoid looking at it. हम उसको avoid कर सकते हैं. We should not look about it. And the phobia affect your daily life is maximum is 33%. That means can't relax anytime due to keeping watch for it. So there is detailed work on there. Now they have pasted their interview because this time they have that time they have worked digitally. They have taken an interview through Google Form. So they have copy paste the same thing. What will be the answer and the question? And here it is. They didn't get much time to paste that pics of the interviewer. And here there are two forms of Google Form. Two people's Google questionnaire is there. So and this is the source, that the Google link, Google Form link, and after that they have written their reflection. Many people avoid or deny fear feelings would be much better of that never. But well, I will read each and everything if we don't have much time. It says the bibliography and given the link. And here some glimpse because they have done everything digitally through the Google Meet. So these are some glimpse You can do this. These are some examples. I'm not saying this is the best one, but I just want to show you and will motivate you to there. We can get some example with it. If you want, I can share some of the glimpse of it. I'm coming back to that to my screen. Uh, so there with my presentation. So the screen is going to visible to all of you. You can get. Again, I'm going to skim through with the last one. Fine. So this is time of showcase has been done. This is all about, I can show you because we have a time constraint. We don't have much time for that. And yes, I'm ready for your Q&A as well. Here, you all are welcome to ask your questions. I'm available for you. This is my short and precise effort. Hope it will be fruitful to you. I'll try my best to clarify all your queries and all. Over to you, each and everyone. Pooja ma'am, you can proceed.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, Preeti ma'am. I guess there were a lot many answers already given by you, wherein, although we were having a couple of questions popping up in the chat box, but I saw that simultaneously you were answering many of them. But still, if any of them they are having any questions, you may certainly come out. Soma ma'am, I'm just allowing you to unmute yourself. You may unmute, please. Yeah.
Namaste. I'm from the Kalyani School, Pune. So I just wanted to know, ma'am, you have just mentioned that we should encourage the children to do project work in groups. But, due to the pandemic, these children, they haven't been able to get in touch with one another. So some of them have done project work, but most of them have done individual work. I hope this doesn't, affect their marks.
No, I'm not talking about here. The point is not about marks. It's all about in our end. We are internals. But the point actually, it's the burden for the teacher and the students as well. Actually, you have to go through with each and every file. But it's okay. If you are ready for that, go ahead. It's your caliber. But what we feel actually, the CBSE demand the collaboration. And then I just want to ask one question. Why not they are able to collaborate with each other? We are having online classes.
Ma'am, we have, yes, we have talked to them, but we have also given them the liberty of doing the work on their own. Because in a previous, CBSE workshop right in the beginning, I think it was in August or September, when we were apprised about this new thing that CBSE was planning to do about this project work, which never happened before. They had already told us that, you can allow the students to either do individual or project work. So we had given the students the liberty to choose what they wanted to do. So many of the students had done, individual work. I'm not saying that they haven't done collaborative work. They have done, but most of them have done individual work. Yeah. So I hope that doesn't affect their marks.
It will not affect the marks. It's totally not related to the marks. But I feel that that they can cover up all the rubric or that CBSE guideline. But I feel that collaboration gives them something more or innovative and creative. And what you feel that why they have chosen the individual, because they are free. They can get any material from anywhere else. It saves their time, because in team they have to collaborate. They have to give some time. They have to meet to that, or you have to connect with that, maybe a WhatsApp chat or so what I said, that we have to encourage them. We can't tell them no. Yes, you are absolutely correct, because we can't say no. Because that's the same thing I stated, that CBSE didn't say that okay, you don't allow them. That is fine. But what I feel that it will be easier to us to judge it or to just measure our work, because simultaneously we have to go for the revision of term 2 as well. We don't have much time for that. But it's okay if your students have already done, if they are prepared. So that is fine. It doesn't affect on the marks.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.
Thank you, Preeti ma'am. I guess, the main effort lies when proper instructions are to be given to the student. That's something very important. It's not just having the knowledge of the things, when proper instructions, proper guidance is happening, of course, into the classroom, the things are coming out in the best way. It always happens, right?
Absolutely, ma'am. That's the same thing because the first task is the teacher. They have to create a orientation day. They have to do the orientation of the students. Once you will deliver each and everything clearly, they will take the right decision.
Exactly. And ALS is all about it, as I just said in the beginning as well, that it not only enhances, the speaking and listening part, of course, it set the standards of child's communication also, the way, the confidence the child take it up while speaking terms. So that also isn't counting, of course. And for that, a very planned thing needs to go into the hands of the children. And if teacher would be prepared, children will automatically, they'll be prepared enough.
Absolutely, ma'am. Totally agree with you because they are going to assess for speaking, listening both.
So let's see, do we have any other queries?
Yes.
Preeti ma'am, we were having a couple of queries into the chat box. Just give a look to them. If any of the question you feel like that is left answering, surely go ahead.
Report, I say I'm going to read that will the report submitted by the group by be the same or different by each group members? No, ma'am. Actually, it is, as I've already told you, it's a teamwork. So it's a single file, and they have to write that single report, as I've already showed you in my one of that project. It's a team, so they have to collaborate each other. They'll write single report because it's a team effort. No, no need to write the different reports. It's a single file. It's a unit. Now, will there be an external examiner for English? That's the most awaited question. It's very important, or it be evaluated internally like before. No, ma'am. Actually, the first of all, I'll just answer the focus on the external. Till this time, we are actually waiting for the external. Surely, external will come. If the external will come for the other subject, surely will come for the English. But totally depend on situation. It's a pandemic, so the final decision will be taken from the institution or it's up to the student. Soft copy of project should be enough for handwritten project should be asked. No, it's not about that. Actually, physical file should be there. Either they are submitting soft copy because we are in the pandemic situation, they're not able to contact you physically, they're not coming to school. So that's why, so that you can consider each and everything. Because we can't wait till the school will open so that you can check all the files and all. So that's why we can submit this on Google Classroom or any digital devices. But at the time of the presentation or that file should be physically in their hand. But it should be single file. Yes, you can take the printouts or pages for other members. The file, but file should be single one. Yes, ma'am, what is the tentative time by which should I collect these reports and conduct the Viva? Actually, I have already shared the tentative times, but still we have a time till the February and the March. We are waiting for the Viva. Still, we are waiting for that date from the board. Our internal work has been started. Can the project be typed or is it be handwritten? I've already given answer. What I prefer, it should be good, it should be typed because it looks so clean and that everything should be, there'll be no point out of any kind of grammatical accuracy. It will be helpful for the students. It will be good.
Grammar accuracy is the main gesture, right? When children, they write the things, they do many grammar mistakes and spelling mistakes also. So it makes it neater when they give the things in a typing manner.
Absolutely. And why I emphasize on the handwritten for the reflection? Because it seems to be original and natural. Because it should not be like Googleable content they have copy paste. So it should be their own experience. That's why I recommend the reflection should be handwritten. For asking questions, you may raise your hand to see if it's your ma'am. Okay. I think I'm not able to see any question, please.
Preeti ma'am, I have just got a couple of requests. They were wanting to take the samples of your projects, which you have shared with all of them. They were wanting to have a look so that they can just take a help out of it.
Okay. Even I get one thing I need to share with each and every. I want to show you something. Then I'll tell you what is my point actually. Give me a minute. Here, there is a file. This is gender discrimination. I'm going to show you this. Why I'm going to show you, I'll tell you the reason. This file actually already leaked. It has been shared in other groups on 17 January. And they all appreciated this file. But the point is, this file is incomplete. This file is not appropriate. And teacher is praising this file. I don't know how. Still, I'm wondering how it has been shared in English AI group 6, 7. Still, I'm puzzled. I didn't get any resource. But still, I'll show you. अगर आप लोग इसे follow कर रहे हैं, you are following this file, I will let you know that it's not complete file. Don't follow it because that time it was not complete. But I don't know the reason from how it can meet. So I get it this file. Yeah, initial pages is fine. Initial pages, fine. We'll go through it. They have started without the driving question. They have just come up. After the acknowledgement, they have just come up with a background. There will be no index, there will be no driving question, no objectives, and they did all these things. And you know, the teacher appreciates, okay, very good file, thanks for sharing and all. One of the teachers shared. So do not go for that file as the good takes and that good coloring and all such a good file. Please adapt that all the key points. So this is and at the end he has written reflection, and maybe I don't feel that, and why I choose the topic should be, it is in last. So I don't think that good. That's why I've taken, and after that it's blank. So
In fact,
I have.
Ritima, in fact, I would say as a teacher also, sometimes we just see the overall, we don't see the inside picture of the submission. We just see the overall decoration outside and inside, like a couple of things we just notice and we just start appreciating that this is wonderful. I mean, दो चार फूल पत्तियां बच्चे बहुत अच्छे बनाते हैं. We appreciate that wow, this is very good effort. But we should not forget it that ALS project is something different from art projects, and we need to know that difference.
Yes, actually, even it's not an integrated project. It is the base. It provides you the assessment of speaking, listening ability to the student, and it should be particular key terms should be there. Hope, ma'am, I'm quite fruitful for each and everyone. Is there any?
Of course,
query?
yes, ma'am. We have received many of appreciation also in our chat box. NK Singh ji also appreciating that the person has might have missed some of the part, but he's appreciating that whatever the things were being told by you, they are really worthy to know. So thank you so much, Preeti ma'am. With all this, I'm very thankful to AF platform, certainly Matthew sir, who is the backbone of all of us and who always at every step encourage us to come up with more knowledge and to gain more learning. I would certainly appreciate each one of you. I know this, that some of us might be knowing many of the things, but learning never ends, my dear friends. We should never forget that. It's not like this that we know all that stuff and then we start feeling like that we have seen these things in some or other webinar and now this is not of my use, right? I, as a learner, I completely call myself a learner always, right? I join many of the webinars, like maybe it's of science and SST. That's not my cup of tea, but sometimes I go there and join them because there are always something new to learn for us if we actually want to call us teacher. So thank you, all of you who were there till the end of the session with us. Thank you each and every participant, especially all of them who were there with their cameras on. Thank you, Veena ma'am, Vandana ma'am, Sumedha ma'am, and Sir Chitraji. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being there.
Fine. And teachers, I always be connected with you. If you require anything else, if you need, I'll share some topics in the group. We have a group. If anything you require, I'll send it in the group only. I'm looking forward to all your responses, the feedback. It is really matter for me. So please send your feedback and fill the feedback form and anything it seems to be fruitful, please write in the group. It will be glad to look out each and everything. Thank you so much, each and everyone. And none other than Pooja ma'am and Matthew sir, it's always me.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thanks.